Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a beginner's guide to mixed media. This is week 6 of the 8-week class series and it is class video 16 of the series. This week we are focusing all on coloring medias, so I just chose a few that are quite common. This one may be the least common of them, which is why I'm going to start with this. Excuse me. I do have a 12 by 12 sheet of white gesso white cardstock that I have done some clear gesso work on already, trying to get that to dry. Not sure. Yeah, okay. So today we are going to work on oil pastels. And I picked this up from Amazon quite some time ago. It is Pentel Arts and it's got 50 sticks. So these, you guys know, they're oil pastels, so they're oil based. So they're not going to be as easily maneuvered with water. So we are going to sort of play around with these today and cross our fingers that we get a good result. I've used them in the past, not a lot, but I do have a plan to kind of create little backgrounds behind some elements, and we'll see how it turns out. Like I said, fingers crossed. And they have a very strong smell to them. Whew. All right, so inventory binder, and on to our coloring media. The very first thing in there is the oil pastels, and these are all the fun colors that I have. So as you can see, they're like a very thick crayon, basically. Not so much of like a gelato or a distress crayon. They are more of a artist style of mixed media. All right, so we're gonna take these today. We're gonna do a rainbow because you guys know I like rainbows. And we're gonna do kind of a little block style layout. And so if you noticed on my page when I was looking at it, up here I do not have any gesso because I'm going to create an L shape. And I'm going to take these cameras that are from Confessions of a Paper Addict, and they are in the store, and we are going to make some mixed media behind it and then set that over it. So you guys know this is how I store them. I put them on sheets of cardstock and I lightly tack them down. Use my little Cricut spatula to peel them up, and we're gonna hope that it all works out. I am going to do a 4 photo layout today. So I'm gonna do these photos because I need to get them scrapped. These are very old. This is 2001, so 20 years ago. This was the first, it wasn't my first dog, but it was my first dog, if that makes any sense. Like, I had dogs growing up that, yeah, were mine, but I lived on my own. I was getting ready to have my son, and I got this little bitty doggy. I mean, that's how big she is compared to my hand. She was even smaller here. That's like a normal sized robe toy. Yeah, so she was a very teeny little dog. Her name was Tootsie, and as you can see, when I got her, she was pretty much all black, and I wanted a blonde dog, and the lady at the Lhasa Apso farm said she'll be blonde with black tips, and I was like, lady, that's a black dog. And as you can see, the older she got, she was becoming blonde with black tips, which is what she turned into, and was a feisty little thing her whole life. We lost her several years ago, so I can't get rid of these pictures, and I have to scrap them because it's my Tootsie Monster. So we're going to do those. She Knew Bee, you guys know She Knew Bee, and she was Gizzy, my old man dog that's not doing so well. He was her like seeing eye dog, because by the time later in her life, but you know, by the time we moved here and she was almost 16 years old, she was 100% deaf and like 90% blind. And my old man dog would give her treats, lead her to the food bowl. If she didn't come when she was called, because she couldn't hear you, he would get her. He would go nudge her and bring her. It's just a really cool story. So we're going to go ahead and get that documented. So we're waiting for the gesso to dry. And I will come back. And what you need for today is obviously some sort of oil pastels. I do have my 2 cups of water, my clean and my dirty. And these just sit on top of each other until I'm ready to use them. I would also suggest a spray bottle, a paintbrush, your finger, because we'll be doing a lot of that, and you know, maybe something to clean up with. So I have my messy mat down, so let's wait for that to dry and then we'll get started. Okay, so we are all dry. This portion up here has no gesso, and you can, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's like gesso, no gesso. So what I'm gonna do first, and this week, you guys, disclaimer on all 3 classes this week, the mixed media that I am using this week is not something that is a go-to for me. I don't reach for it often. So with that being said, I want everyone aware that I'll be learning with you. I'm going to see how things act and work and, you know, turn out for the most part. So yeah. So you might have better ideas for this. All right, so she's sleeping on my house shoe. That's what she's doing. So I'm gonna make these 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So yeah, Tootsie's butt's gonna get cut off here, but I'm okay with that. Okay. So I'm just trimming them down, but yes, so like this mixed media is not something that I'm very comfortable with. It's like I said, it's not stuff I use. I see people use I would say I use the gelatos more than anything, but still not very like comfortable, I guess is really what we're looking for. And we're just gonna trim just a smidgy more off of our toes. I'm just making a block. That is all I am doing. We're not going to cut her head off. Let's just take a smidge off the top. So, I mean, this could all backfire on me and be a huge, horrible, horrible experiment this week. But at least we learn together. And if you notice, I'm like, have no idea. So in fear of making the picture extremely wonky, and these are like back before life was digital pictures, I don't want to mess the picture up. I do want to try to get Oliver in on this one though. I think I can manage it too. Yeah, so this could be a total different experience this week. I felt very comfortable and confident in the past, in the first 5 weeks, but 6, but you know, that's what it's about for me. I got to face it. And the reason that I am doing this first is because I want to make sure I know where my elements, my area is going to be, and that it is like, you know, seriously covered. So we are just going to make the little block here. And then there's going to be little bitty block sections everywhere. Just everywhere. And that is the best that I can do. I am horrible at lining things up. Just horrible. Also, FYI, I killed off my black 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So 1 down, 47 to go. And that's really not an exaggeration. I wish it was. But yeah, that was the last 8.5 by 11 sheet of black I had. Okay. I really need to change my trimmer blade, you guys. Because it is leaving these little fuzzy things that I just go in and trim off. I said that like last week too though, so. All right. So this is gonna go in that general vicinity. Then we need spatula. Just pop that off. I'm gonna make myself a little note just so you guys know. This is the red. Otherwise, I'm not gonna remember where they go. So red. And we're gonna pull this one off. Ooh. Orange. Let's do this one. Yellow or yellow. And then let's do this little guy. And all of these come out of the same set. So you get all these cameras with one cut file, which is awesome. And obviously you can size them to any size that you want. This green. So got that one, we got that one, got that one. I don't know what we're gonna do. I need blue and purple. Let's do this one. I probably could have done this off screen, but then you guys wouldn't see how much fun my ideal is. You just gotta be real careful so that you don't tear the entire cut file. That one's a little wonk. Blue, and then I need, actually though, I think we're gonna have to do this. So this is gonna be purple. We'll do this as green. And I don't quite have that one all popped up. That one come up nicely. That was my thought process, that they would come up rather nicely. I need to apologize. My dog started barking. I didn't know it says barking up. So we need to kind of arrange these like so. All right, and behind each one, we're gonna do a fun, you know, colorness type thing. Oh, okay. So we're gonna start up there. So we just want to pick these up in order. I am going to screw this up. I just want to make sure they would all fit though. All right, I'm gonna get that out of the way. We're gonna bring out our dirty water. Sorry, big dog fight, and I had already started. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking this and I'm just going to color. I do have a little bit of water down, trying to make it glide just a little bit better, but guess what? That doesn't work. So I'm just making like a rough little colored area just to make some splotches of color behind the camera. And that's really it, guys. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna color it so that you can and it's gonna be like messy because, you know, I'm gonna do it a little messy. All right, so that one's done. And I do have the water out because I didn't know if I was gonna use my fingers or anything. So let's see. All right, so that was yellow. And we're gonna put orange right about in that area. So this looks like a pretty orange. And just kind of see where we're going with it. I do like that. I like that better than I did the first one. You think we can fix the first one? Just make it messy looking. So we got this one that's going to go down there. So that is red, orange, yellow. Let's get a fun bright yellow. And just scribble it down. I mean, I know these are better used for like blending and kind of stuff. Water does nothing at all for them. Just in case you wanted to know. So there's Roy. Now we got G. G's gonna hang out right there. And this looks like a very nice color. I'm just kind of marking where I want to start my scribbling process, and I'm doing like all different lines. I guess I can move my water because I'm not going to be getting my fingers in it. Let's see how this one looks. There we go. There's G. Now we need B. This looks, what color is, what does this say this color is? It says it is nothing. We're going to go for it. This guy needs to go right there. I think I'm shaking the camera, so I do apologize. I think this may be the first time I've ever played with these, ever, in the history of my scrapbooking. It's a lot of fun though. I mean, they feel different. Like I said, I buy things and I think I'm gonna use them, but then I don't. Then we're gonna get purple right on down here. And just get some purple in there. Mixed media today was basically kindergarten coloring, you guys. But I think it's gonna be like a bold look. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And different, you know. Every once in a while, throw one of these. You can use Crayola crayons. All right, so I'm gonna kind of rub those off a little bit. Didn't really do much of anything. All right. Yep, that's good. Okay. So now we're gonna stick all of these little boys, bad boys, back on these colors. And hope that I was in the right area. Well, it's an unfortunate turn of events. I was a little too high, but that's okay. I can always pull this guy up pretty far. All right. There's not going to be like, I'm going to put a title, and that's pretty much going to do it, just so you guys know, because I like the cameras, you know, the cut file and the oil pastels are kind of the star of the show here. I didn't pull a collection. You know, it's hard for me to like work without a collection. It's like, for me, it's like working without a safety net. That doesn't happen. All right, so we're just gonna stick these guys down on there. And I always tend to use the other side of my bottle. Let's get this down. When I was doing the blue, I did actually think I'm too far up, but it doesn't bother me. And I don't think it's gonna bother Tootsie either. She would love her layout. She's in all my albums. You guys, like, even like the albums that I do since she's crossed the Rainbow Bridge, I still put a layout of her in all my specialty albums. And it's like, you know, June 9th, Tootsie would have been, she would have been 21 years old. I mean, let's be honest, she was old. And my gizzard's getting old too, but because her birthday was June 9th and the boy dog was June 10th. And I have no idea when Bee's birthday is, but her gotcha day is July 1st. 4 years now. It's been my little princess. Now this dog here, she was not, the boy dog, he like all he wants you to do is like pet him. And he's always been like that. Like, you can't, if you make eye contact with him, he will like force you to pet him. She was like, don't touch me. Seriously, don't touch me. She never had anything to do with anyone. So it was like a happy medium when Bee came along and Sid's just like, look, you can pat me if you want. I'm not going to force myself on you. I am going to, you know, cuddle, but I'm just happy sitting next to you as I am with anything else. And we're going to keep going, but yeah. So what did you guys think of, have you tried using, because I mean, obviously some people are going to watch this and then try. Are you guys going to try this technique? Is this like not one of your favorites? Like, I like the deep pigmented oil pastels. Like I am, even though I've like, this is not one of my go-to, just like mixed medias, I really like the bold shock of color that is, you know, I'm 100% certain that is not going to set and is probably going to get over everything that sits on top of it. So it's going to have to go like straight into a page protector. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get as much a fine line of glue on all of these little backings. Let's get a little bit more up here. And now we got to get the innards in. The only thing I would change is I would drop the whole blue so that there was no, but it kind of makes it all work. So I am reaching, yes. Get my little spatula. All right, so this is the green one. I'm just going to start peeling these up, but when I get the orange, and I always use a fun bold color so I can tell if I have any paper on it. So we are going to stick, I almost messed up. That guy goes there. This guy goes, ooh, I think he'll be okay. This guy goes in here. Then we got these two pieces. They're gonna go in the middle. All right, so what else should I do to the layout? Let's talk about that. Let's also talk about, obviously it's week 6. Coloring medias. I am putting together another class. However, it's not going to be a full-on mixed media class. I have been toying around with some other ideas. I just think that another mixed media class so soon might be repetitive. So we are going to do another mixed media series maybe at the end of summer, beginning of fall for everybody who is interested. As long as you're on my Facebook group, you will know because I will consistently keep things running on that. But I am putting together another class that will be 8-week series, and it will start just a few weeks after this class is over. And it's going to be a layout series. So one of my fabulous subscribers kind of came up with the idea, and she said, run with it. I think it's awesome. I tweaked it a little bit, but she was all about, yep, you need to do that. So I was like, when I get it started, her name will definitely be dropped. But, so it's going to be like, it's going to be 3 classes every week for an 8-week series, and we're going to build a layout, which is kind of cool. All right. We're getting close. No, we're not. It's never going to be done. I really think, I mean, the black of the cut files, like, I cut all, the last time I cut a batch of cut files, I was like, I'm going to do them in black, because I like batch cut them. I just get the machine, because my sheet machine is up top on my Calyx unit. It's all the way at the top, because I just don't have the space to keep it out. I wish I did, but I don't. So it gets put up after each use. So I usually get a whole bunch of cut files and like batch cut them, because it wouldn't be very fun to pull it down every time. I mean, obviously if I had to, I would. Not 100% sure I'm putting those back where they're supposed to go, but I'm trying. So the last time I cut out a whole bunch of cut files, I cut them out of black cardstock. The time before that, I had went through all of my paper pads, okay? And most of the paper pads are one-sided, right? I mean, let's not lie, we know that. So they're, you know, pattern paper on one side and, you know, just white on the other. So I just broke this whole circle, just in case you guys want to know. Went through them and found all the ones that I was like, I will never use, I will never use, I will never use. And instead of tossing them, I turned them over and cut all the cut files out. So like if you look on the back of a lot of my cut files, there's like a pattern paper. All right. So we are going to clean up this mess, and I'm going to pull out just a few embellishments and get a title on there. And I do have smudgies everywhere, so that's good to note. All right, so we'll finish this layout out when I get back. All right, so we're going to get a title on here, and I'm going to do XOXO. And I actually think XO. I think we're going to run it right there. All right, we got some gesso up there. We are going to use, I mean, these are foam, but they're not sticky at all. So we're just gonna fix that by adding some adhesive. And I don't know if I said this already on this video, but I did have someone ask me what this is called, and that is it is a fine liner. Bottle, F-I-N-E-L-I-N-E-R, fine liner in medium cap, so the yellow cap. I had the blue cap, which was like the fine or the extra fine. I do not recommend that one. It kept getting clogged up, and I ended up having to like throw it away. And I used the art glitter glue in it. The only thing is, you just got to remember to shut her down when you're done. So there's my title. You just always have to cap it. That's just, I tell everybody that though. Like, if you don't, you are definitely going to regret that decision. All right, so I am popping through some of these. So I'm going to take these three right here. Maybe. Oh, Lord. And then we're going to get yeah, those were the same, but I was using them. I used that whole row up, so I'm okay with that. We're going to pop this one over here just to add a little bit. Then we're going to see what we have in red. Pretty much used up most of my reds, so we are going to take these little clear guys, and if you notice what I was doing is I'm covering up my smudgy marks. Yes I am, yes I am. We're gonna stick these guys, so we're just like popping them in and around. There's one more. Not real 100% sure on that placement, but let's see, can we get them up? Slow and steady. Let's see if we can move this guy without completely tearing everything up. I kind of tore the paper. Okay, did you not see those right there, Rebecca? Oh! That's all right. That's okay. Get some of these yellows in there. Just kind of splattering them around just to make the, just add a little bit more color, basically is all we're doing. Just kind of embellishing without actually taking too much away from the cut file and the mixed media. I say that a lot though, I know, but it's the truth. Okay, oh, we got to do blue, which blue is one that I was having trouble with before. I'm finding a color. So we're going to use just a different color of blue. I'll tell you guys why. I have messed that up right there. I have more in like their packaging. I refuse to break into it until all of these are off these sheets. Just in case you were wondering. And I smudged it there, but I think we can fix that. I really do. Let's see. I'm going through my purple sheets. Purple might be another one that's going to be a little tricky. There we go. So we're going to polish off these two colors. And that's going to do it. Other than messing up just a smidge here and there. I like the layout. I love the cut file. If you do want the cut file, the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy store sells them. All right, so that is going to do it. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below. I am going to take just a bit of white out and I'm going to pop it in the places where I have made a mess. So it's going to take a couple layers, but just trying to clean it up a bit. Just a little tip for you guys. You might be able to see the white out, but at least you won't be able to see like the crazy color. Does that make sense? I hope so. So it won't look like colors out of place. It's just going to look like, you know, you screwed your gesso up or something. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video.